Mic test 1 2 1 2. Are we rolling now? Take one. Fucking no. Oh my god. Italian like. Alright, so as you guys can tell, for today's full day of eating video, I'm going to be trying out recipes from Bon Appetit. Now, if you guys have never heard of BA before, where have you been? They are literally like the modern day Office, but they take place in a kitchen setting. Also, they're not actors, they're real people, but they actually feel like characters of a sitcom because they're all so fucking hilarious. Now, I know everyone's a big fan of Claire and Brad, but personally, I'm more of a Gabby fan.
Oh, hot.
Alright, so the first recipe I'm going to be trying out is Brad's tomato toast. It's like a 30-minute long video, but it's literally just like tomato on some toast. So, you know, how hard can it be? Also, I checked out all the recipes yesterday. I didn't actually write them down because, you know, I want to feel out the food. I want to listen to the food, see what they're saying to me, and kind of adjust it as I go. Because, you know, I think deep inside I do have a culinary, you know, maybe past life, but we'll see. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is toast up some bread. I don't have the fancy bread that he used, but I got some sourdough. Big sourdough guy over here. I also don't have a cast iron, but this is my non-stick frying pan that is no longer non-stick. It's very much stick. All right, let's do a little bit of butter, get that going. Let's plop our bread in there. Hey, get some good color on there. There we go. All right, so next up we're gonna fry up our tomatoes. Now, I'm not the biggest tomato guy, but my mom always said that tomatoes are good for constipation. It's not an issue for me. I poop like 3 times a day. Anyways, I couldn't find like the size of tomato he used. It kind of looked like he almost used like cherry tomato sizes, but these are like thick boys. Regardless, I wanted to get the ones with the vines on them, purely for the aesthetic. Oh no, they're falling off the fucking, no, stay on there. Oh. So that's what the tomatoes are looking like. It smells actually fucking unreal. Alright, now that our tomatoes are looking nice and charred, I didn't want to keep the cover on because I didn't want it to, you know, steam. But I also feel like I should have probably patted off the tomatoes dry because, you know, oil, water does not mix. I'm a fucking chemist, I know. Anyways, next up, this is the part that Brad, if he's watching me, he's gonna be like, Joe, what the fuck are you doing? I could not find ricotta cheese at the grocery store, and I googled it, and they said that cream cheese is a good substitute. I even DM'd them on Instagram. He didn't respond, so Brad, this is your fault. You should have responded to me. So for the sauce, he actually took the garlic that was in the pan. He's gonna be real pissed because I didn't even get the real stuff. I got the light stuff. But I did get herbs and garlic to make it extra herbaceous because they like saying that quite often. I find, especially Morocco. Also, I'm just gonna do one first just for the gram. All right, let's get our garlic. You're supposed to mix it up, but you know, yeah, same thing, right? Everything's gonna turn into poop anyways. Spoon, I need a spoon. There we go. Let's just put this back on there. Ooh! And then he also did a little basil action. Guys, look at this. I mean, tell me that doesn't look like Brad Leone made that. Come on, look at the vine, look at the herbs. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's just literally tomatoes and bread, but this is literally a work of art. Let's take this branch off because I'm not an animal. Guys, I don't know what's going on, but it tastes so freaking good. Brad, what is this sorcery? I would definitely get the smaller tomatoes next time because these are definitely larger. They have a lot more water inside. But regardless, oh my gosh. Have I been sleeping on pan-fried tomatoes? Because, oh my goodness. I'm gonna go make that second slice and then I will catch you guys when I make the next recipe. All right, so next up I'm gonna be trying out Claire's crispy chickpea pasta. This was from their like pantry pasta episode. I was on the fence between the like Molly's mac and cheese as well as Gabby's like butter pasta, but I'm a big chickpea guy. So Claire used some sort of like bougie Italian like thick boy pasta. The store only had penne. Like this was literally the single bag that was left. So that's what we're using today. Alright, so to our pan, we're gonna do some olive oil, crushed garlic, our chickpeas, a little sprig of rosemary. Guys, the rosemary and garlic smells so freaking good. Alright, so now we're gonna reserve some of the chickpeas as a garnish, nice and fancy. We're gonna smash our chickpeas. Put a little pasta water in there. Woo! Doing a healthy knob of some butter, and then we're gonna add some parm. Then just add in your pasta. Time to plate this bad boy up. Salt and pepper. And then finish it off with some lemon. All right, so here is meal number 2. This is Claire's crispy chickpea pasta. It smells freaking good. The rosemary, the lemon. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my God. And I wish you guys could taste this right now. There's like 2 different textures of chickpeas, and then the lemon adds like a brightness. You need to try this out. You need to try this out. I know she also adds some white wine into this, but I didn't have any, so I didn't. And it tastes amazing without it. I'm sure it tastes even better with it, but... Right, I'll catch you guys for dinner. And for the final recipe, I'm going to be testing out Carla's Korean barbecue pork. Now, usually I don't eat meat. However, I wanted to try out this recipe, how it was originally created. And then if the marinade is good, I'll try it with some tofu or zucchini slices. And also, I'm making this way earlier because I want to use the sunlight to film. And once again, if you want the actual recipe, check out BA. But today I'm just going to be eyeballing everything, you know? Alright, so first up, we're going to start with some garlic cloves. Maybe about 3. I remember when I was little, you know, my mom being the cheap Asian that she is, she would never get the garlic that was already peeled. So she would get me and my brother to sit down in front of the TV and like peel garlic for literally like 30 minutes. Next up, just a little nub of ginger, a little bit of water. Now the actual base for the sauce is a Korean hot pepper paste. So let's do like a heaping tablespoon. And then we're gonna do some mirin, a little bit more, I don't know. And then some vegetable oil. Sure. I'd say that's pretty close to the color that Carla had. She did also use sake, but she said if you didn't have it, just use some water. So let's transfer this to a bowl. She's looking pretty good. Alright, so next Carla told me to use, well, she didn't tell me, but you know what I'm saying. She said to use pork shoulder because it's quite fatty and tasty. When I went to the store, it said pork shoulder butt, like B-U-T-T, and I was like, I don't want to eat butt. Like I mentioned, it's been like years since I last bought pork, but maybe butt is normal. I don't know. Just gonna dunk it in that sweet, sweet marinade. Ooh, yeah. Dunk that in there. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, this is way too much marinade. Now, Carla recommends you leave it marinating for 2 hours at room temp. However, because I'm an impatient millennial who needs instant gratification, I'm gonna cook one of the pork loins now and then let the other one marinate and then have it at actual dinner time. All right, let's grab one of these bad boys. Ooh. Guys, I definitely fucked up a little bit because I'm pretty sure you were supposed to save a bit of the marinade so that you can kind of like baste it on as you go. But now, because everything is contaminated, because I have another pork chop in there, I can't necessarily like, you know, because it's got to cook. Anyways, whatever. I've got some perilla leaf. This is a sauce that she uses. She made her own, I believe, but I have some lying around. There we go. Oh, and also I got some Korean Sprite. Now normally you would have a little bit of rice in here as well. You can do some like raw garlic. You can do some pickled onions. There's like a little, what is it, like green onion salad you can use in here as well. But I'm not gonna do rice right now because like I mentioned, this is just a snack. Also, if you guys never had Korean barbecue with perilla leaf, like romaine, that's fine, but the perilla leaf just adds such a nice, hate to say it, but vegetal, herbaceous, so freaking good. I can't even talk right now. As you guys can see, just a little bit of everything in a nice perilla leaf vehicle. I feel like zucchinis, tofu would be really good, but also those like king oyster mushrooms, just marinated in it for like overnight and just get them really nice and crispy. I feel like that would be so freaking good. And if you're using vegetables, you don't have to worry about cross-contamination because just fucking vegetables. But I would also recommend adding the water in last. Maybe that's what she recommends in her actual recipe too. But just so you can kind of gauge the consistency. And also, the good thing about Korean barbecue is that if you find that the protein is really, really salty and like, you know, too overpowerful, then just add like more of the other ingredient. Like just add a little bit more rice, just add a little bit more whatever. Jasper, are you sad that you weren't in this vlog? I'm sorry, but it was a full day of eating. I didn't want to eat you, although I am Korean. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. That was my full day of eating, Bon Appetit edition. Definitely one of the most flavorful, one of the most herbaceous full day of eatings in a while. I would highly recommend you guys try out all 3 of the recipes. And I personally pick like the very simple and easy looking recipes. If you want to go very complex, you can go there. You know, I just don't know if I'm ready for like a gourmet makes episode, but if you guys want to see that, maybe I'll try that. Also, if anyone from the BA team is watching this, hit me up, get your people to call my people. We'll do a series where, you know, a millennial learns how to cook or something. I don't know, we'll figure it out, we'll brainstorm. But other than that, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and remember to be less shitty. Thanks guys.